It all began with Blue, with strong will, artisan skills, not really with a clear vision, but definitely with a faith that strong and skillful hands, energy, knowledge, and persistence are able to make a product in which generations will believe, the product on which you can count on. It is possible that on the 4th of April 1959 it was not clearly known what was the wish when decided to merge Jedinstvo, Metal Working Cooperative, and Metalac's Car Mechanic Workshop, except to found a new enterprise. But the people joined together, tending to create something new. Out from artisan skills, people gathered under the name of Metalac began creating industrial habits and forming business functions. The dreams of industrialization became the first 5-year plans. With his first pail enameled in production plant in Sloboda Čačak, with the first furnace for firing enamel, with production of first dishes, thins, melting pots, the products made in Metalac entered the homes across Yugoslavia. The 60s will be marked with rapid expansion and affirmation of Metalac as a trustworthy producer of enamel cookware. At the end of the first decade, Metalac moves to a new factory at today's location and employs almost 1,000 workers. The 70s were a period of process automatization and a time when it was seriously thought about the competition coming into domestic market. The first export to European countries started, and it was the best incentive to the firm during 80s. Oscillations were present depending on social and market conditions, depending on skills and enterprising each of the 10 managers who were responsible for the enterprise in the first 30 years. And then, with the 90s, in the period that was very hard for everyone, the big turn had happened. At the beginning of the 90s, in a time when former Yugoslavia fell apart, when the war happened, when we had economic sanctions and bad economic climate, Metalac was a rare enterprise who had serious strategic decisions, which made him an example of possible in the impossible conditions. He showed that he was stronger and more skillful friend. I was lucky in all the unfortunate to come to the head position in a company where in the first 3 years I had inflation, then a stable year of Ante Markovic, and then again inflation, and after that economic sanctions for the next 8 years. So the first 11 years were the constant battle for the survival of the company. Being a responsible man, I had to take of how to make the company survive, to take care for the people who work in it, the way they will find themselves in it, to take care for the salaries of these people, and after everything that is going to be finished, and we all know it will, how to make the company not just invulnerable but even better. We succeeded in this. The company came out of the sanctions even better than it was before.
Čak bila mnogo bolja nego što je ušla u sankcije, da izašla bolja iz sankcije.
The 90s were difficult, but Metalac had turned it into the triumph of his knowledge and good business decisions. In the board of managing directors, he gathered the best experts. It was the first to start ownership transformation, the first producer in former Yugoslavia who received ISO 9001, and after that the International TIF Quality Certificate ISO 9001. With improving and enlarging the existing production programs of enamel cookware and water KGV heaters, Metalac also conquered some new programs: production of non-stick cookware, production of cardboard packing materials, production of enameled and stainless steel sinks, production of luxury packaging materials in offset printing, and at the end of the successful decade, he started production of the high-quality stainless steel cookware. Metalac met the beginning of the new century, ready for the new challenges with the new programs, excellent export results in 15 countries of Western Europe, prevailing part in the domestic market, and 1,200 employees whose education became more and more important investment throughout years. The investments continued, and some new enterprises joined the Metalac family. And then everything came naturally. The growth of realization and profit rate, market expansion, even more successful results in export, awards for the Exporter of the Year, Business Partner, the Best Corporative Brand, Loving Brand. Nowadays, Metalac is a holding company of 12 subsidiaries, 4 of which are production enterprises: Metalac Posuđe, Metalac Incom, Metalac Boiler, and Metalac Print. Core business of the company is still the production of cookware. 5 million units are sold annually in 25 countries across the world. In England, France, Italy, Spain, Germany, Russia, Belgium, Ukraine, the United States of America, Korea, Australia, Poland. In domestic market, through 4 different trading chains, some 25 to 30% of sales is realized. We are speaking about enterprises: Metalac Market, Metalac Trade, Metalac Proletar, and Metalac Metallurgia. With its trade enterprises, Metalac runs a part of the sales in the international market. Although these enterprises are smaller, they are equally important for Metalac. Metro in Moscow, Metalac Market in Podgorica, Promo Metal in Zagreb, and Metro in Belgrade.
Danas je u regionu bivše
Today, in the region of the former Yugoslavia among the new states, Metalac is the absolute market leader.
Apsolutni i relativni tržišni lider. Pri tome je poslovno jezgro.
The business core of production is varied. We have a lot of additional programs. The company is graded by the capital. Now we are a holding company with dependent subsidiaries, and we have importantly bigger total income and parameters of success much above the average in our field of production.
I imamo značajno veći ukupan prihod i pokazatelje uspeha koji su iznad proseka, svetskog proseka u našoj grani. Finansijska kriza u ovoj godini je
Although the economic crisis lowered the share value in Serbia, we know that the inner value of our shares is above the market, and the insiders will keep their shares until the stock market recovers.
Čuvati svoje akcije dok se tržište ne oporavi.
Looking only at the last 3 years, total income grew at first up to more than 50, then more than 70, and in 2008 business year up to 80 million euros. And every time at least a third came from export. Strategically oriented to constant development in the last 20 years, Metalac invested more than 50 million euros in new programs, new technologies, and especially people. Today, Metalac produces 3 types of cookware: sinks, luxury packing, and grand matrix composite material. For a long time, he had not been communicated with the market only with his products, but with developed brands, premium lines of products, new concepts of cooperation, and the beauty of change brought to the customers, employees, and owners by that cooperation. The family truly became bigger. Metalac Market is the biggest specialized chain of shops in Serbia with the best offer of household goods. Metalac Trade is a wholesale trade of imported goods. For 5 years now, it has been known to the customers under the trade name Sigma. Dimensions of Metalac are more obvious when we have in mind that this company is also the owner of Metalac Metallurgia trading enterprise in Novi Sad, as well as the biggest trading chain Proletar in Gornji Milanovac.
Danas kada svet traga za odgovorom kako prevazići svjetsku ekonomsku krizu i izaći
Today,
iz
when the world
recesije,
is searching for the answer how to exceed world economic crisis and get out of the recession, Metalac sees his chance in himself, in the capital he owns. Our biggest capital is the people, loyal to the company, ready to educate themselves further in order to gain new skills and knowledge that improve efficiency in fulfilling everyday tasks. Metalac has a lot of aims for the future, and still they all gather into one to become a regional leader in the
Ali
future.
opet se nekako svi svedu na jedan, da od lidera na domaćem tržištu što smo danas postanemo regionalni lider u bliskoj budućnosti.
The letter M in Metalac today is supported by 3 pillars, uniting the symbolics of the company with firm support and natural aspiration for further growth. On that road, the most important resource is the people. Educated, creative, trained for new challenges, they bring a modern language, the language written by different typography and symbols of new generations. For the exchange analysis, Metalac is a bright example of privatization in Serbia. one of the healthiest Serbian companies. Most of the shareholders are among 1,700 employees. In Serbia, the company is the patriot of the 21st century. For the partners, the market leader, trustworthy partner, world class. For the customers, Metalac is corporative brand, loving brand who is always in our home, at the table, near the fireplace, among friends. For the community, Metalac is responsibility, a constant care for the quality and the environment. The first Serbian company which integrated the system of quality management and the system of environmental protection, and the first to install the most contemporary equipment for refining industrial wastewaters. This company's innovation, new programs and new technologies. Metalac is the system of values, quality, trust, honesty, steadiness, commitment, enterprising, bravery, ethics. Metalac is the people, from 30 artisans to the company with 1,700 employees. Metalac is the fair play, sports spirit, exquisite results of company sports clubs. Metalac are the families of the workers, new generations, planned and wanted babies, whole classes of kids who will build a new future someday in this company. Into the anniversary year, Metalac entered with a controlled optimism. In a time of big and growing world economic crisis, he knows that the most important value he owns is the people dedicated to the company, and this is the reason he has no dilemma to what kind of future he salutes on the 4th of April 2009. It is simple. You can count on Metalac.